Okay, this is Physics 114, the Force and Motion Lab. So we're going to be looking at exerting forces on things. All right. So first thing we need to do, according to the lab, is bring up the measuring force file. So let's let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so there it is, and then we need to connect the force probe. So I'm going to turn it on first, and then when we connect this, okay, so it says WU09 there, and that's right on the side of the force probe. So we know we've got the right force probe. When there are many people connecting, that can be an issue. Okay, so we didn't get a connection. This is a very flaky lab in this sense. Trying to maintain the connection is often an issue. But no. I generally ask students to turn off their smartphones, but being that you're watching a filmed version of this, I suppose that would be silly. Okay, so we're good. So basically, I've got green, which means it's running. I've got green, which means it's connected. And if I hit collect, then maybe I should do that. So if I hit collect, and then pull and push on the force probe, we can see that it's responding to what I'm doing. So one thing I'm going to do then is okay. So notice how here I have no force on it, and yet I get a non-zero force. So in order to deal with that, I'm going to zero the force probe. So right next to the collect button, there's a 0. I hit 0, and so collect again. So now it's 0, except when I pull and push on the hook of the force probe. Okay, so now we've calibrated our device to a degree. We'll calibrate it more later, but we calibrated it enough for this. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose 8 rubber bands that are very similar to one another. And as you can see, oh, wait a minute, there's this blue one. Yeah, we don't want that one. And yeah, I give the instructions, choose rubber bands that are very similar to each other, and I get students choosing mixed colors. But now I've got these 8 rubber bands that I think are pretty similar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull on it, and I'm going to pull just a little. Some students seem to think just a little is like this. No. Well, I'm going to pull just a little, and then measure. You use this ruler to measure how far that goes when I pull on that. Now, this is a transparent ruler with black markings, so on a black table, it's kind of hard to see. I suggest to students that they put their ruler on a white piece of paper. Often they do not, but they seem to manage anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, when I pull it a little bit, just a little bit, actually, yeah, I come to about 10.5 centimeters. So I'm going to write that down, 10.5 centimeters. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to test all of these rubber bands. I'm going to... Okay, so now I'm going to connect the rubber band to my force probe and pull it to 10.5 centimeters. Okay, so actually maybe I should do this. Yeah, I can see better that way. Okay, so go ahead and collect. That should be enough, I think. Okay. And okay, so this one, let's see, this one was registering. Oh, yeah, let's do a Control E here. Control E, and now I can move my cursor around and see what the force was. Okay, I get around. Okay, so 4 point. Yeah, I'll say 4.28. Okay, so 4.28 for that newtons for that first one, and then for the second one, oh, see, I was doing it this way. That's right. Go there, and go ahead and collect. Okay, so that should be good. All right, so for this one, do it again. Okay, Control E, and move the cursor a little bit, and I'm getting about 3.82. Okay, whoops, which one was it that I just did? Was it this one? I think so. Yeah, there we go. 3.82. Okay. Then the next one. Oh no, it was this one. The one that I just left there. Okay. Oops. In order. And this one. The thrill of gathering data. Let's see. It's 10.5. Yeah, go ahead and collect. Oops. Okay, that should be good, I think. Okay. And then 4.92. Okay, so that's that one. And then okay. And then E. I think I want ones over here. Whoa. Don't know what I did there, but thank you. All right, so
Where do you?
yeah, that's good. So 5.38. So with 8 rubber bands, that means I'm halfway through this. Okay. All right. Okay, yeah, go ahead and collect. that should be good. All right, so, oh. Okay, 3.41. Okay, on to the next one then. Okay, pulling this out. 10.5. Okay, so go ahead and collect. Okay, that should be good. So we've got, okay, so again, Control E, and I'm now looking at 4.22. Okay. That here. Okay. All right. So. Okay, so then go ahead and collect. Wow. Okay. That is very different, isn't it? Let's look at one we've already done just to see if that's making any sense at all. Okay, go ahead and collect. Okay, that's looking consistent. So I guess, okay. So let me, let me do this one again. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and collect. Yeah. Oops. More, we want it more there. Try collecting again. I was not doing a very good job of keeping it. Ah, much better. Okay. All right. Let's hit Control E and move around a bit here. Okay. So, essentially 3.6. All right, there's that one, and then one more. Here we go. Okay, I think that's good. Control E, and we've got essentially 2.9. Wow. Huh. Okay. So basically what I'm going to do is I only want 5 rubber bands here, and so I'm going to get rid of the ones that are way high or way low. 2.9, that's way low. 5.38, that's way high. Don't want that one. Okay, so get rid of that one, get rid of that one. Let's see, what's extreme again? Actually, it's looking to me like 4.92 would also be extreme. So I'll get rid of those two. And so here are the 5 that I'm going to use. Okay, so I went through this process to get 5 reasonably close rubber bands, and so now I can write down my newtons. I can say 4.28, 3.82, 3.41, 4.22, 3.6. Okay, so now we change files, and let's see, go to the rubber bands file. If I can find it, there we go. Okay. No, I don't want to save anything. Okay. Okay. So, all right, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to, well, first of all, I'm going to make sure that my force probe is zeroed. Which, okay, I'll assume that that's the case because I zeroed it. And now I'm, well, let's see, yeah, this is rubber bands. Okay, so now I'm going to stretch my rubber band. Oh, wait, first thing I need to do is need to hit collect and then keep. And there's no rubber bands on my force probe, so that means my number of rubber bands is 0. And then hit OK. All right, yeah, that's looking better. Okay. And then I'm going to stretch my rubber band to 10.5, and then hit keep. Okay, and yeah, go ahead. Yeah, whoops. Yeah, let me make sure it's stretched. Okay, go ahead and hit 1, and then okay. All right, so now we have that one registered. Now, on top of that one, I'm going to put this other one. So I'm going to be pulling 2 rubber bands at a time this time. And so stretch it out and hit keep. And 2, and then okay. All right. And then a third one. Stretch it out. It's getting more difficult as we go. Okay. And then my fourth one. And this is why we only want to do stretch them a little, because things build up very quickly. Okay, and then finally my fifth one. Okay, go ahead. All right, now I'm going to hit the auto adjust key, the auto adjust icon, and so there's our graph of all of our rubber bands, and then I'm going to hit analyze, linear fit. Oh, and then I have to stop. There we go. Okay, so there's the analysis of that data. So it's even giving a formula for all of those things. So when I ask is the y-intercept large, I'm going to say, is it large compared to say the number we get for one rubber band. So when you look at so if I hit, actually maybe I should do this. Hit Control E. Does this work? Yeah. So if I go over to one rubber band, okay. So there's the force for one rubber band is the y-intercept large compared to that. So that deals with that question. Okay. And was it close? I leave it to you to interpret that. Okay, so next we're going to start activity 2. Okay, so now I'm going to take my force probe and I'm going to attach it to a cart, Velcro, here. And attached to this cart is a card, and it's attached with these really cool magnets. They're very strong. Well, they're reasonably strong. We've got some stronger in the storeroom, but these are pretty good actually. And put it on this ramp with a motion detector. Okay, and so what we're going to do here is just pull the cart back and forth. And thing to remember is that I'm only touching the hook of the force probe. So so in principle, the only significant force ought to be the my pushing and pulling on the hook. All right, so let's go ahead and hit collect here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to adjust these graphs to the data, and these are the graphs that you should be looking at. We'll be comparing velocity, force, and acceleration. One thing to remember is that the wireless connection with the force probe will sometimes cause a little bit of a delay. And so basically, if I look at force is going through the axis here at about 2, but the acceleration went through a little bit before 2. So really what's going on here, the reason for that difference in time is due to the time delay of the force probe. And my communications with Veneer have been unable to resolve that. They won't do anything about it. So there's our data for activity 2. Now let's go on and look at activity 3.